For early access to new episodes and other exclusive content, go to patreon.com/MiharuTheFox. Hey guys, it's Miharu and welcome back to SpyroCast. This is episode 50. We have made it to episode 50. And today I have with me, introduce yourself please.
Hey everybody, I'm Reichenator. I am a fan fiction writer mostly. I am also the founder and lead director and writer for the group Convexity Studios. We're a group that focus mostly on writing and making videos based on dragons, whether that's Spyro, Wings of Fire, or anything else. If it's a dragon, we like it.
Very, very cool. So what is your history with Spyro?
Oof. Well, let's go back a couple decades, or at least almost a couple decades. I grew up, I didn't have a PS1, so I didn't really play the original trilogy, but I would play it from time to time at a friend's house if they had it. So, the original trilogy, not my strong point. I did end up playing A Hero's Tale when my mom got it for the GameCube. That ended up being kind of a soft start for my Spyro fandom. It wasn't really until 2008 when I was getting ready for school one morning and just watching Sports Center, and a trailer for Dawn of the Dragon came on, and I was immediately in love. I just had to know more about what this purple dragon that I knew only a very little bit about was doing with this strange dragon that I never recognized, that being Cinder. That started a whole deep dive. Ended up watching a few YouTube videos on originally Dawn of the Dragon before going back to A New Beginning. So I kind of started backwards. And from there, I eventually got to play the games, except Eternal Night. Still haven't played that one. Just watched the cutscenes. I need to get around to that. But I fell in love with the series at that point, and within a year, I started writing my own fan fiction for it.
Cool. What kind of fan fictions did you write?
Well, it was a sequel series. Takes place like right after Dawn of the Dragon. The original title was Dark Descendants. It was not good. I mean, this was 16 years ago at this point. I look back at some of my writing back then, and wow, I'm surprised I had as big of a following as I did. Just with how cringy and but it was a sequel series, followed Spyro and Cinder, what happened in Dawn of the Dragon. Introduced a few new characters, brought a few back, and ended up doing 3 quote-unquote books, if you can call them that. I never finished the 3rd before I started the reboot, and but it was a bit of a darker tone, which even for Dawn of the Dragon, that's saying a lot. But it was fun.
Nice. So I can assume that Dawn of the Dragon is your favorite Spyro game?
Yes, I know that's a pretty controversial point. It has its problems. Don't get me wrong. The graphics could be better. The flight mode, I would say, could have used a lot more work. Hopefully the free flight we get in this upcoming game will be a lot better.
Right.
But story-wise, yeah. I mean, it was definitely my favorite. Just like you could feel how desperate they were to finish this fight and stop Malifaux. The more adult theme to it, it just, as an adult at that point, young adults, it was nice.
Yeah. What would you say your least favorite Spyro game is?
The Game Boy Advance games. What was it? Season of Ice.
Season of Ice? Okay, Season of Ice.
That was the worst. We had that when I was a kid, and I could never beat it. I don't even think I got through the first full world. Like, it was just the Game Boy Advance was not meant to be a platformer like they tried to do with Season of Ice. It was not good.
Yeah, I don't like any of them either. I had Season of Ice when I was a kid. I never really made it that far. But yeah, I didn't like that one. And years later, I came back to that and then played the other ones after Season of Flame, Attack of the Rhinox.
There's more?
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
and then the DS game Shadow Legacy.
I still need to play that one, especially now that the, running theory is that this new villain is the sorcerer.
Yes. Yeah, kind of looks like him a little bit. But yeah, I never liked the GBA ones either. And like, don't get me started on the crossover. Spyro Orange was God, I just hated that game.
Yeah, the GBA overall was just hit or miss with the games. Like, you get your Pokemon games where, I still play to this day, but then you get Spyro Season of Ice where, ugh, no. No, thank you.
So, what are your thoughts on A Realm Beyond? What were your initial thoughts when you saw the trailer?
Oh, I'm excited. Like I said, I wasn't really into the original trilogy. That doesn't mean I don't like the games. I love those games. So being able to continue that story, hopefully, I think that's going to be considered a continuation. And just being able to play a Spyro again is nice overall. I'm really looking forward to it, seeing what Toys for Bob does with the first original story for Spyro since Dawn of the Dragon.
Right. Yeah, that's the craziest thing to think about. It's been
18
almost 20
years?
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, by the time it comes out, it'll be 19 years. So,
Yeah.
ugh. And that's another gray hair. Like, this game is what, 19 years old? I remember when this came out.
Yeah, me too. God, I remember the very first trailer for A New Beginning. I was like, "Whoa! Like, what is this? This is, this is crazy for somebody who grew up playing Spyro and loved it." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" And then I played it and
Yeah.
I didn't really like it. But but that's just because I was so used to how the originals played.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was completely different. Like it said, the title says, it's a new beginning. It was, adding combat and a more story-driven game. That it was probably, yeah, like you said, a big shift for a lot of old school Spyro fans. I kind of wish I knew what that was like, growing up with those games, but I enjoyed them.
Yeah. I will say that going back and playing those games with cheats on, where you have like, unlimited health and magic, that shit's fun.
Or Dark Spyro in Eternal Night.
Yes. Yeah. Unlimited dragon time.
I don't think they really had cheats in Dawn of the Dragon, though.
Yeah, they did, because I
They
played
did?
that with cheats as well. Yeah. I
Oh,
played unlimited magic and health and stuff, and I got all the armor upgrades.
oh yeah.
It was really fun that way,
Mhm.
especially with Cinder.
Well, yeah. That's one thing I liked about Dawn of the Dragon is being able to play as Cinder and use these different abilities you weren't able to use in the first two games. It changed it up in a good way, I think.
Yeah. What are some of the most important things that you think this new game should have?
Well, since this is a continuation of the original trilogy, Spyro, and not a brand new one, it needs to stay faithful to what the original trilogy was like. Free Flight does make that a little more difficult, like it was like you guys talked about in your previous SpyroCast. But I think they can still manage it to try and keep it as close to the original trilogy as possible when it comes to gameplay. It's just, I'm sure they'll find a way to do it, but that's going to be a key part is the nostalgia, keeping it similar to the original trilogy.
Yes.
And a lot of people are saying this new villain, oh, it's Cinder, it's Malfor, it's the sorcerer. It like the teaser showed, it needs to be a new villain. It needs to be somebody new.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to start building on the original trilogy, it needs to be a new villain. Can't be Ripto, can't be Malfor, can't be the sorcerer. Or well, sorcerer's different because that was a DS game. You can maybe reincorporate him into this new timeline. But somebody like Ripto, no, it can't be Ripto. He can make a cameo, sure, but this needs to be a new villain.
Yeah, I was saying, like, even if it's not actually the sorcerer, just like a character that's based on him, like, I think that would work.
Yeah, I can see that working.
But yeah, a new villain is one of the things that I wanted the most.
Yeah, and it's going to be how Toys for Bob makes a statement that they they can make their own games, and especially with a beloved character such as Spyro.
Yes. So I'm really, really glad that we're getting that. So what are your thoughts on Cinder? Do you think that she could make an appearance here?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying that as a, just because I'm a Cinder fanboy. Totally not. No, I think she could. I mean, ever since the Legend series, she's been hinted at. She was hinted at in the Reichenator game with that little picture at the end of the third game. But she also made an appearance in Skylanders. So it's kind of, she's become like Spyro's yang to his yin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just kind of connected now. I don't think she will be the new villain. My personal theory is that the creature we see holding the staff is Cinder, but she's not the main villain. They're gonna tie her in very similar to how her original story was in A New Beginning. She was corrupted, or she's being forced to do this work for this new villain. So that's what we see, and this is my theory because in the screenshot, in the little clip, you can see horns very similar, in my opinion, to what Cinder's horns are like. And she's got a bracelet on, cuff, or whatever you want to call it. It's just my opinion that this is Cinder that we're seeing, and we haven't seen this new villain yet. So that's what I think. It's going to be a mix between her original story and Bianca's story.
Yes.
She works for this new villain, not necessarily because she has to, because she's being forced to, like she did with Malefor, but maybe because she thinks this new villain will help her get what she wants. I kind of hope that they just find a way to mix it, make it not just a copy and paste of one of her original story or Bianca's story. Change it up a little bit. Maybe she's doing this on her own free will, and eventually Spyro knocks some sense into her, maybe literally. And I don't know. That's just my hope and a bit of an educated theory.
Okay, yeah, I've seen some people say that they think it could be Cinder. However, the thing that got me about that is that I mentioned this in the last podcast. It's that this new villain, for some reason in that shot, it looks like, I don't know, to me, looks like they're standing on two legs. Don't know why they would make Cinder bipedal.
Well, I mean, in this universe, the dragons, when they grow, are bipedal. That's a word. Yeah, tongue twister. So if she's corrupted, just like she was in A New Beginning, she could be a bit older.
Yeah.
That's my explanation for it. I could be way off, and this could be the villain, and it's somebody brand new. But that's what I'm sticking with, is that this will be Cinder. I can put any money down on it, but
yeah. And there was also the fact that I personally wasn't sure if Cinder was going to come back, if they should do the same story that has already been done with her. Like, should she be reintroduced into the classic timeline as a villain again, or should she just be introduced as an ally?
That is a tough one. When she was introduced in the Skylanders Academy show, which was different, but I kind of enjoyed it for not being a Skylanders fan. She wasn't the villain. She just had the dad problems.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a tough one for me. Like I'd be okay with it, keeping it close to the original story, but I would also like a new one. Honestly, I just want to see Cinder again.
Me too.
As long as it's not just a cheesy storyline, if they can just make it entertaining, I'll be okay with any way they bring her in.
Right. So what do you think about the lack of sparks and how that's going to play into the story, maybe, especially with what Toys for Bob was saying about this new villain pushing Spyro to emotional depths and things like that? What do you think is going to happen with the other characters regarding that?
Well, I don't think they're going to necessarily kill Sparks. I really hope not. That'd be too dark. Like, whoa.
Yeah, I don't.
Whoa,
I don't think they're gonna kill
down.
Sparks.
I definitely. It's hard to say because it is just a teaser trailer. he could be in there for all we know. They just didn't add him for the teaser. They want to focus on Spyro and this new villain. So he could be there, just not in this teaser. We might see him in the next trailer they release. But they could go with that, and maybe he's captured, being used by the villain, as well as maybe his other friends like Alora, Hunter, Bianca. Flame Ember, please. That'd be nice.
Ah.
I'm not expecting them to be in it. It'd be nice, see them come back. I mean, especially if this is going to be like a remake of a Shadow Legacy. If they're bringing the sorcerer back, Flame and Ember were in that one. It'd be nice to bring them back too, but I'm not expecting it. No, I think you can't have Spyro without Sparks. Like, they go hand in hand. Even with the Legend series, he was always there. Skylander, we don't talk about Skylanders a whole lot. Sparks was kinda in it. He was a little toy you can get to get some stuff, I think.
Yeah, he was like, wasn't he a bee or something?
It was weird. I remember, I think he was like a little assist trophy that could help you in a mission for like a few seconds or a minute or something. And
Yeah, that almost wasn't even Sparks.
well, it wasn't even a full Spyro game. Like, you just slapped him
Yeah.
on. I wasn't a fan, but he was still technically there. Now,
Right.
he wasn't in the show. That's a whole issue on itself. But Spyro and Sparks, they've been together since the beginning, and he's got to be in it somehow.
Yeah, I do think he's still there. Just we've yet to see what's going on with him and the other characters.
Oh yeah, we'll get a lot more information at the next trailer. Hopefully, that comes out within a month or two. I definitely think it'll be before the end of the year. We get another trailer, a full trailer.
Yeah.
So maybe a bigger hint on who this villain is. But I think Sparks will show up in the next trailer.
Yeah, like an actual story trailer.
Yeah.
To show us more.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about Project Frixion.
Oh, jeez.
Because I did a video a
Yeah.
while back called Failure of Spyro Fan Films, and I mentioned you at the end as the one who tried to start up Project Frixion again. How did all of that go down? Let's tell the story behind that.
Well, I think it was like 2012 or 2013, somewhere around there. I think I saw something on DeviantArt about this group, Project Frixion, and trying to make a Spyro movie. And I just offered my services as a writer to help out with the scripts. They already had a script done, but they did ask for me to help edit it and fix anything I thought might need some assistance on. Well, the script was it was interesting. It was definitely better than the leaked movie script, the official movie script. But yeah, I kind of joined at the tail end of it. It was run by a literal 12-year-old. So
really,
yeah, the guy was 12 years old, I think, at the time. The other admins were roughly the same age, and they did good for their age. Don't get me wrong; they have potential. I don't know what they're doing this day and age, but I hope they continue with it. And maybe they're working on something else. I really hope the best for them. But something this size to be run by a 12-year-old, it was doomed from the start. It just kind of quietly died off. And just after I graduated college, I was looking over everything and was thinking, what the heck? Let's try this again. Let's do something with this. And I still had posting privilege for the group page on DeviantArt. So I made a journal, saying, hey, anybody want to get this going again? So want to see if we can do something with it. And I had 2 people initially comment, and they were interested in trying to get this going again. That was Basber and Viral Storm. And Basber was the lead animator, the 3D animator, modeler, stuff like that. And his stuff was really good. And Viral was an artist. So we kind of, we're wanting to see if we can get something going again. Well, we had a few meetings discussing potential ideas, and the idea came to maybe start with something smaller than a movie, a full movie. So we decided that we wanted to try and make an animated music video for the song "Guide You Home."
Hmm.
We had the script made. We worked on a little bit of storyboard. Just the issue was animating, well, modeling the everything and animating, and it just kept getting delayed. So eventually, we decided to work on other projects that led to the fan fiction dubs and comic dubs we do now. But yeah, it was just we decided to rebrand, start over, and create Convexity Studios.
So the things that you do now is it like comic dubs and things?
We do some comic dubs. We don't have any Spyro comic dubs right now. We have a couple Wings of Fire comic dubs going on, but it's mostly fan fiction dubs. A majority of them are written by me. We have a couple written by Fionomon, one of my lead artists, and Sunny Pop Feline, one of my other artists. And we just try to make Spyro stories that are entertaining. Well, Spyro initially was our goal, but now we kind of branched out to include Wings of Fire, and we're looking at maybe doing other dragon themes. I would love to get back into the animation portion and maybe finish our original story plan, not Project Frixion's. That's not going to happen. But the Guide You Home music video, I would love to eventually get back to that someday if we can get some modelers in the group. We also have a multiple animation project going on. We finished one last year, and we're trying to get another one with Cinder theme going. So we're trying to branch out to do more than just fan fiction or comic dubs. But it's just really, we're just having fun, doing some fun little projects, making Spyro, Wings of Fire, anything dragon related. Just a bunch of people, bunch of dragon nerds.
Nice. Have you heard of Glide the Dragon?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've played the demo a little bit. It's good. Like, if this project can really get going, I would definitely play the entire game. And if it's as good as the little demo that this person released, I would fall in love with it. And kind of like how Ukulele was a non-official successor to Banjo-Kazooie, I believe Glide would be the same for Spyro.
Yeah, specifically Legend of Spyro, I think, just because of the way it plays.
Yeah. The multiple elements, free flight. No, it doesn't have free flight.
No.
But yeah, the multiple elements, the darker story, the more adult storyline. Yeah, it's more of a Legend of Spyro successor than a classic Spyro, but as a Legends fan, that's good for me.
Yeah, I thought Glide was really fun. The gameplay is a bit much for me specifically because I'm not really one to play the games with all the combos and stuff and like the combat oriented kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. I really just play for the story. I don't mind what kind of gameplay it is. I just like a good story, which for the most part the Spyro games have delivered. Looking at you, Season of Ice. Oh, and Enter the Dragonfly. That one was bad. Forgot about that one. But yeah, good stories and dragons. I love dragons.
Yeah, I do think Glide's story is very interesting. Plus, I just, I loved being able to voice a dragon. It was so fun.
Oh, yeah. Which one were you? I haven't played in a while.
I was Zorelia.
I'll have to replay that soon.
The one dragon that you could find out on that little island.
Oh, yeah. I'll definitely have to get back into that. Yeah, I hope they can end up finishing this game and bring some more dragons into the gaming universe. Something we unfortunately don't have a whole lot of.
Yeah, you don't. And the game is being completely reworked.
Yeah, it's not surprising. I mean, setbacks happen. Sometimes you gotta start over and work with what you had. But improve it.
Right. But I have been following the updates and everything has been looking good and sounding good. The music is great.
Yeah, there's another dragon game that I've been kind of following on Discord. It's called Dragon Twin. You
Oh,
can customize your own dragon, like fully customized. It can be a more of a wyvern with 2 legs, or you can have 4 legs, and change the color of your fire. It's like it looks really good. I'll send you a link to the YouTube trailer it has.
all right.
It has potential.
All right. Well, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, there's some good dragon stuff coming up, and Spyro coming back is just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I can't wait. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the 50th episode of SpyroCast.
Well, thank you for having me.
Okay, and thank you, all of you out there, for listening. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more casual gaming content, and I will see you on the next SpyroCast. Until then, this is Miharu, signing off.